Have you ever looked at a Mercedes-Benz? Sleek, powerful, luxurious, and wondered, how did this masterpiece come to be? Who was the mind behind this legendary machine? You might think it was built by a giant company with millions in funding. But no, it all began with one poor boy, one impossible dream, and a woman brave enough to chase it down a dirt road. This is the untold story of Karl Benz and how he created the automobile as we know it. It's 1844, a small town in Germany. A baby is born to a railway worker. His name, Karl Friedrich Benz. Karl's childhood was marked by poverty. At just 2 years old, his father passed away, leaving his mother alone to raise him. Most would give up hope, but not her. She made one powerful choice: to educate her son, to give him a chance, no matter how poor they were. By the age of 9, Karl was fascinated with machines. By 15, he was studying mechanical engineering, and at 19, he graduated, ready to enter a world that wasn't quite ready for him. While most young men looked for safe jobs, Karl had a vision, a carriage that could move, without horses. People laughed at the idea. Some called it dangerous. Others called it madness. But Karl didn't care. He had something greater than certainty. He had a purpose. He married a woman named Bertha Benz, who didn't just love him, she believed in him. And she did something remarkable for the time. She used her own dowry, her inheritance, to help Karl fund his workshop. Together, they started building, and failing, and building again. Years went by. Engine parts broke. Investors pulled out. Money ran low. Karl was exhausted. His dream was fading. But in 1885, in a tiny garage in Mannheim, he built something the world had never seen. The first gasoline-powered car. It had 3 wheels, 1 cylinder, and a top speed of 10 miles per hour. It didn't look like much, but it was history in the making. And yet, no one believed. No buyers, no praise, no interest, until Bertha stepped in. One early morning in 1888, without telling Karl, she packed up her 2 teenage sons, rolled the vehicle out of the garage, and began driving, not around the block, not across the city, but on a 106-kilometer journey to her mother's house. It was the world's first long-distance car trip. She fixed the brakes. She cleaned the carburetor. She even bought fuel from a pharmacy. Because gas stations didn't exist yet, crowds watched in awe. Newspapers told the story. The public took notice. The world had seen its future, and it had 3 wheels, and a woman behind the wheel. That drive wasn't just a trip. It was a revolution. Bertha had proven what Karl's invention could do, and she changed automotive history forever. In the years that followed, the automobile industry exploded. Factories grew. Engines evolved. Karl's invention spread across Europe, and eventually, the world. Then in 1926, Karl Benz's company merged with that of another genius, Gottlieb Daimler, whose daughter's name was Mercedes. And so was born the brand we now know, Mercedes-Benz, a name that would become a symbol of luxury, innovation, and engineering perfection. But behind the iconic silver star, behind the polished metal and roaring engines, is a story of love, loss, and belief. A story of a boy who dreamed too big, and a woman who believed just enough. Karl Benz gave us the car. Bertha Benz gave it to the world. They didn't just build a company. They built a legacy. So the next time you see a Mercedes on the road, remember, It started in a tiny workshop, with nothing but a wild idea and a heart full of courage. Because sometimes, the greatest journeys don't begin with a map. They begin with a dream. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more inspiring true stories from history. Hit the bell to never miss a new video.